And we're going to get into the game right away with Vitality starting on the T side and Navi on the CT side. And some grenades being picked up from Vitality. They could do a bit with it.
Yeah.
And no P250.
Well, same with the Navi side. Electronic with full sets of utility. Interesting that we don't see a kit on the CT side. Aggression in towards apartments. They want that first kill. They're not going to get it, even with Simple sticking around for an extra second. That's a decent amount of pressure applied, and there's a Goosh. Simple still fighting. He's brought Apex down to 2 HP.
Back for more, and down to 5 himself.
You deserve that one.
You do deserve it. All right, so that's the initial grenades being used. Just kind of guesswork at that point in time.
Yeah, the salvo to try and just gain some map control. It's given them access to Banana, but equally Navi sense what's coming. Electronic has rotated over. This is a tough defense, especially because Electronic has the nades. He can re-smoke this as well. This can get stalled out very quickly. Keep your eye on the minimap. Shocks lurking over towards those A-hulls as well. He can be a plan B or he can backstab.
Well, there's the counter smoke coming out, but they're already committed to it. They're running through. Alex will pick up the one that's trying to track them through the smoke, and that almost works out. Immediate attempt at... Oh, my God! That can't really be happening. And Electronic, how is he doing this again? 3 kills, and 2 of them, if you blinked, you missed it. Apex and Shocks now, 2 versus 4, and that bomb is... I mean, how could they stop that from being defused? They're all on there.
There's Shocks' flank, and he's completely negated. The bomb isn't planted for him whatsoever.
No, it's all the way in the corner. There's Perfecto, and a follow-up. My lord.
That's heartbreaking, but you have to expect now. We saw this yesterday. We've seen it all weekend. Electronic, at this point in time in his game, is going to come through those smokes. He's loving it at the moment. He's had so many kills in this weekend, just coming around the edge, finding angles that no one's expecting. And if you're Vitality, too many players alive in that bomb site to not have eyes on that smoke. And that pistol round is ripped right out of their control.
That is completely obscene. I just don't even understand how that's possible. You're supposed to be warming up into a game. You know, getting a little bit cold, maybe take a round or something.
He got his warm-up out of the way early.
Wow.
Nice double kill from Perfecto as well to end things. But we should comment. I mean, Vitality, that hit worked perfectly. Navi had everything they wanted. They had a smoke. They had a CZ on Boomich on the other side. He's designed to get that first kill coming through the smoke with such a powerful weapon at that range, and still failed that. Simple, meanwhile, with the shotgun, going to be aggressive. Oh, he's been spotted. He has no idea either.
Yeah, he really doesn't know. That could be interesting. I mean, unfortunately, this is an auto shotgun, so even if they take him down and find it, it's not like they're going to be...
Look at all the dots just chasing after them, moving across the map, looking for this push. Vitality's going to slow things down. They want this kill, and ooh, they should be able to get it. ZywOo's got it. And Simple just had no information that they knew where he was. They knew the play he was making.
Probably the rest of Navi are also just waiting, right? They've called it, and he said, you know, just chill out for a little bit. And suddenly that's done. Flamey's still holding this angle, though, and he's got a smoke and an MP9. They don't have any armor, so, I mean, that MP9 should be able to stop almost anything.
Problem is, already in a 4-on-5, one mistake from Flamey, who's the sole defender at this B bomb site. And they likely lose the round. Oh, pop flash over. That was almost a mistake. The pop flash was almost completely perfect. Now to the A-bomb site. Electronic is down with just 1 kill. It's all on the rookie. He needs 1 more. Over the smoke, he's going to find ZywOo. Very low. And Navi holds on 2-0.
Yeah, we talked a lot about in Navi's last game, Perfecto, and how he's put in a lot of really high-intensity positions. I think playing Alone B Train, playing Archer on Inferno. So,
well, also a player that's just struggled in general.
Yeah,
a big jump in the level of play than he's used to, and you can't really, you can't really quantify, but you also can't understate how important it is to get some big wins like they did yesterday over Astralis for some confidence for the young man.
It'd be very interesting because right now I feel like we don't know exactly what they've seen in him to pick him up, but I'm assuming there's something that we don't know yet.
They saw the buyout clauses of the first 5 players they tried to get.
That's also a good point. It's becoming a recurring problem. All right. Boomich not actually wanting to hang around. That's a really well-timed grenade. First actual buy round coming up from Vitality. And they're setting up for a very quick kick on the bomb side right now. They could flash their way through middle and just jump out of the apartments. That might be what they're doing. In fact, they're setting up for it. There's the initial grenade, and they're already out of the corner. This is a bit of a problem now. Electronic down here. He's thinking there might be some grenades coming his way. He's going to smoke it off and try and buy time. He was right about the grenade, and again, he lines them up. He is such an incredible player on this map. Apex now 1 versus 4, and he's doing his best to do some damage, but man, he read that the whole way through. He actually put the smoke down before the Molotov even showed up.
Yeah, and that's almost seemed just like a deja vu to his map-winning play against Astralis yesterday from that very same position with flames at his feet. This is well done. Alex turning for the entry. I think he got distracted by the player in Library. That's going to be a tough point to attack for Vitality throughout this half. I mean, you just mentioned Electronic is just such a strong pit player, especially when he's been playing this well. 3-0. And a half buy for the Vitality side. Armor, upgraded pistols, a little bit of utility.
Right now, just, yeah, as you said, not much to work with here. The odds were, they were completely even.
They were dead even at 1.83 during the pregame segment. So some shifting very quickly in just 3 rounds.
Which is not, you know, the biggest sample size to be working off of. Vitality getting actually fairly close to the A-bomb side here. Which, I mean, that in itself is interesting. Now they're being allowed to run all the way through Arch and into CT spawn, where Simple nearly getting caught there. That's a tremendous amount of map control. Boomich almost ran past Apex over at Banana, but now, I don't know, this is kind of falling apart. And this is a very, very odd round.
Yeah, this is a cool round, but I mean, they still have a tough task ahead of them. Boomich in Banana. He's got a different angle. ZywOo and Shock's going to try and attack this bomb site. They do have information of where Boomich is because he has a kill in the round, so they should be aware of this possibility. ZywOo's going to turn the corner. He's got the rifle. Boomich, there's the shoulder peek. He spotted it out. Flashbang in the air. He's going to try and buy time. Electronic is still so far away, and the Molotov is going to allow the plant to go down.
Now it's getting really, really difficult because what do they have? 1 flashbang there. Oh, they don't even get a chance to do that. ZywOo will beat up Boomich before they even get to it, which, I don't know. They probably should have waited for each other to try and actually double up. Now, no matter what he does, he's going to be walking into a crossfire, and he's done a lot Electronic, but this is, even without the armor on the enemies, this is almost too much to ask for.
I think he feels that as well. It's going to be a save. Vitality's going to get their first round on the board. They steal one right back with just pistols and utility. That defense got spread out just way too thin. But this is a smart call for Electronic. Keep the Krieg in your hand. You can drop a weapon over to a teammate in the next round. NaVi can still have a buy, can still mount a defense in round 5.
That's a round that just shouldn't really be. I mean, I appreciate that they went for the sort of arch rush, but NaVi didn't even really know. You see, Simple sort of almost just ran into them in the middle of it, and I don't know. That was a strange beginning.
Yeah,
great job on Vitality, but
he got caught off guard by that kind of a push. So cool timing. I think the really interesting thing in that round is Vitality doing what, the triple nade towards Electronic's position at the broken wall. They really had. I mean, you can tell. Or, I mean, we'll have to keep our eye on it throughout this half, but you have to imagine they have a plan to try and force Electronic into some uncomfortable situations. At least make him second guess how often and how frequently he can play at the broken wall.
Simple with that AWP. CT side on Inferno, definitely, when we saw that yesterday, really impactful in the right circumstances. Again, they're leaning towards the B-bomb side. I'm guessing maybe Flamey will start to fall back at some point, but having Perfecto and Electronic go here alone at 8, that makes me really uncomfortable.
Especially playing so far back. No information of when the mid is being taken, although the flashbangs should be a signal. Alex and ZywOo control of brackets, and Electronic in the halls. Apex now joining with the bomb. So 4 players on the attack here at A, and still just the 2 defenders.
I mean, if they wrap around Arch again, then there pretty much is no holding the bomb side at that point in time. They actually have to hope that it's a quad rush if that happens. RPK is just solidly holding outside of the B-bomb side, probably listening, and now at least Flamey's shown up here, so that could be a little bit better, but this could still turn into a return to B. That's not too late.
35 seconds. RPK starting to back off. Alex starting to get aggressive on Rap side. Smoke to cover Library. Is going to put some pressure on Flamey towards the spawn arches. Oh, and the first player got past. Alex thought it was clear. He's eliminated. Good peek from Perfecto. Even though he's taken down, that's the bomb. So far away from the site. That should be the round. RPK has to straight up sprint, but it doesn't matter. Everyone falls. And NaVi back on top.
That is annoying because they had the smoke in hand to smoke Arch, and they're thinking, well, let's, one guy look, okay, there's no danger. Second guy, and he's out. That is so unfortunate.
That's the thing, I don't think they wanted to give away the game with that smoke. So Alex just thinking that it's clear, and it's just really unfortunate timing for him. Another good round from Electronic. It's been 5 played, and Electronic has 8 kills. Perfecto has 7. So if you want to talk about those two guys sometimes being left alone at the A bomb site, they're delivering at this point.
That's one of those rounds, I'm sure, if you're Vitality and you actually go back and watch the demo, you're going to be so annoyed because what it looks like with the overview is they had 20 seconds to just execute into a bomb site with 2 people. They could have wrapped around, they could have done everything, right?
Yeah.
They just managed to miss the timing by like 10 seconds. Well, 4-1, and NaVi off to a pretty decent start.
And Vitality investing everything. 3 rifles, 2 upgraded pistols, plenty of nades. Simple surely is going to start getting more and more bold with this AWP. A late peek towards mid. Oh, he's taking ZywOo down to just 6 HP. That's a beautiful shot through the corner of the wall. Oh, and even Boomich. The damage is at least returned and evened out.
Did he get dinked through just the corner of the wall, and that's why he lived on 3 health?
Dinked, and maybe a little bit of nade damage is pretty brutal. And he's going to rotate over towards the A bomb site. Again, just an SMG for Boomich as well. So, I mean, with that low HP and that kind of a weapon, his impact should be relatively limited.
Yeah, there's not a lot to be done, especially playing on that CT side. You can't even go and get that much information without getting into trouble.
I think the one benefit is since there's 3 players at the A bomb site, that low HP, if they clear out the rest of the defenders, they might not expect Boomich to be there. Yeah. Good first kill. Simple's going to go for the peek. Another leg shot.
There's so many people at this corner. Vitality, they're going to keep fighting at every single turn here. They line up, and Perfecto, he's doing a remarkable job at the moment. Getting already a lot, and I can't believe it. Shox somehow bringing it back. A little bit of a team kill in mid, but it's still a 2-on-1. Shox, if he can find it, he's going to have a little bit of time. 35 seconds, he's got the MP9, and Flamey is on the other side. Somehow this actually turned. They should have lost this round already, Vitality, but they brought it back a bit, and Shox knows he's ready to take that fight. 25 seconds, stuck in the corner is Flamey. If Shox had any kind of a grenade, that would be a bad time. He's going to fake it once. Still got a chance to play this game a bit more. Goes for the wide peak, but Flamey will hit the headshot instead. Man, I don't know how it got that close. Perfecto started that off with a triple kill, and still.
It was a really awkward rotation in the defense. They lined up towards small pit. Simple and one other that just gave them an easy angle. Simple does massive damage in this round. A couple of leg shots allows the easy cleanups. Good hold from Perfecto, who delivers. This is the one. Actually, that's a teammate that lines up. That's where that team kill came in. I don't even mind the wide swing from Shox either. 5-1, the clutch is still going in the favor of NaVi.
Five to 1. Really the only thing that we could, put our finger on right now is the fact that they're not building a strong economy, but they're winning the rounds, and that economy could come really quickly. If Vitality have a round here where they fail to do some significant damage, all of a sudden, even that will be less of a talking point.
And they surely have to have a good read on the fact that NaVi's low on money. These half buys very dangerous. All 5 players towards the A site, but these opening kills going all the way of NaVi. Finally, RPK chimes in, but there's nothing more he can do. He does dink, and now Simple. 2 angles to manage, and he spotted him, and that's fast.
It's one of those things, like, nothing will prepare you for seeing Simple play. If you were just told, third hand, someone trying to do you to Counter-Strike, you say, we got this guy Simple, and he's really good, but once you see it, it's always a different experience, isn't it?
Seeing it and even just trying to do it yourself in game with the consistency that he delivers. 6-1, and you mentioned the economy can grow very quickly. Vitality have got to start doing something with these rifles in hand.
Plenty of grenades on the T side. They walk into a lot of damage over at Banana, and now just hiding close to the wall. Boomich, again with the MP9. It's not like he couldn't afford something else, but he just wants to be... He actually does damage, and again, Apex is all the way down to 5 health.
He is so bold with that SMG. We saw it yesterday as well. He's got Flamey back at Coffins, holding a nade out just in case he got into some trouble. But yeah, after the initial salvo, no reason to risk it quite yet. Another change in the defensive look. It's simple and electronic now to defend the A bomb site. Perfecto has rotated over towards B, perhaps thinking they've shut him down enough. It's going to be an attack towards the other side, and RPK gets caught in an awkward position. Not knowing what fight to take and all on his own.
He saw that shoulder. Flamey going to try and tap it away, but Alex actually going to beat him to the punch. That's pretty good. That bomb side very much undefended. Boomich just turning around and trying to do a little bit of damage. Flashbang going to be set up. Boomich, does he want to come through? He's thinking about it, but he's currently just off on the coffins, and I think he's waiting for maybe another grenade to come through. Bomb attempted. Boomich jumping in, getting the shot, and he nearly got it. The bomb will be planted at least, and it's a 2-on-3, so he could have almost won the round right then and there. Now it's Electronic and Simple, which was the real power duo.
Away. They're giving it up.
Yeah, they don't want to do it.
This is really conservative play for NaVi with a 6-1 lead, which is, I mean, fine. 2-on-3 retake, preserve the money. You've mentioned it a number of times. Don't risk this AWP. You can drop weapons over. Everyone's going to be able to buy, so you just try it all over again in the next round. That's a good, hard-fought victory for Vitality. They really had to grind their way into that B bomb site. And they found a timing. I mean, after RPK goes down, NaVi just assumed that was it. They've seen RPK there alone a number of times. The follow-up attack is what really got them in.
Yeah, I've struggled to even really figure out how that turned so much. I realized that NaVi was sort of running out of the bomb site, but still, there's a good shot for Alex. Definitely at times we've seen Alex as a, as an in-game leader really put up some great numbers on the scoreboard. I don't know if it's, it's not every game, but it's a lot of fun when it happens. 9th round here.
I think we're going to be getting a small tech buzz as stop is called, not live is called. We're going to have to reset everything. A little bit of a bug on Alex.
Fair enough. Need those timeouts when you need them, I guess. Is there anything that we're seeing right now? The only thing that I can think of right now that might pose a danger to NaVi, but it is the same talking point that we had yesterday when Astralis were playing them, is that NaVi do give up a lot of control on, top mid on that A bomb side.
Yeah.
It's possible for Vitality to sort of set up attacks into Arch or Pit from that position, but they still beat Astralis, so it's hard to really be really critical about it.
They have that excellent play. I want to bring up a point. Okay, so we are going to get that timeout for Vitality. So yeah, it's come through a little bit late. I want to touch on a point that the Decimate Chad made with Simple, because there's been some conversation about it, how he switched off of the AWP, wanted to be when Guardian joined the team, and now he's back to it. It's one of those things where, like, the idea of Simple as like a hybrid player or having the freedom of an M4 seems like it makes sense on paper in theory, but there is just something uncanny when he's the primary operator, like the kind of impact that he can have. And it's weird. Even yesterday watching him play, there's a couple rounds where I really wanted to criticize Simple's decision making, but at the same point, it's like you have to take the bad with the good, because even when it goes horribly wrong, it goes amazingly right more often than not.
Yeah, you just, as the nervous manager next to him, you just have to accept the fact that that's the kind of rock and roll that you're going to get. So might as well just follow along for the ride. 6-2, and we're back in the game here in round number 9. And there's Boomich with that annoying MP9. He just keeps doing so much damage. And, 1 second longer of that spray, they would have probably both been dead. So that is really effective so far. But he does get killed early on. And now the question is, what kind of strain does that put on the NaVi defense?
Splits them up. Flamey and Perfecto, 2-man defense at the B bomb site. Again, Simple and Electronic guarding A. Plenty of time for Vitality to play with a man advantage. And they're going to take it very, very patient. Very slow.
I mean, this is where you really want to exploit that man advantage and get any info. Looks like Perfecto's been boosted up at the back of B, which you can Molotov this position, actually. So if they're both back here, one good Molotov could really be hell for them. But it's a position that people just forget to check at times, isn't it?
NaVi's starting to feel a little nervous about the fact that they have no idea what's going on. Very little utility. Flamey's just putting out a Molotov towards the B bomb site right now as he sees utility rain over, but this is a fake. This is a one-man fake towards that B bomb site. It's going to be all on Simple and Electronic. Good kill from Flamey, and Simple's got the first. Oh, he just narrowly misses. Electronic trying to rotate in, but he's out in the open. It's going to be hard to get a multi-kill for him. One player in power. Oh, now he's completely blind. In the halls, he goes down. Too much pressure. A nice assertive hit from Vitality, and they found the A bomb site.
Yeah, that worked out really well. Like, one good flashbang at the end there for Electronic, and you know, he's just got no chance to take that fight. He was actually pre-firing, pre-aiming up in the apartments, so he had the right idea. But I think that's a round where that is highlighted. Again, the problem with just having the map control, and it's a bit more excusable when you actually are a player down, but it's still, you still see the problem with it.
Yeah, that much space to set up a hit with all the utility. I think the big thing as well was just the lack of nades for Electronic and Simple. One smoke, one Molotov, even just a flashbang to slow down that hit, make it a bit more disjointed, and maybe they can mount a defense. This is a nice job from Vitality.
Yeah.
2 rounds in a row now. They lost 6 of the first 7 rounds. And now they're starting to grind away, and they have NaVi at a point where the economy can be completely depleted.
Yeah, it's an overall trend. 6-3 is pretty acceptable right now for Vitality. I don't think they're going to be very panicked about what they're seeing, and I think they're also just getting a pretty good feel for the game at the moment. They had that one, you know, call over at the B-bomb side early on that they nearly won in the pistol, right? And then I don't know, they've had a lot of success. They've been in Arch. They've managed to push their way through. A lot of things have been working out for the T side, and there's Alex opening up on Electronic with an 8WP. He didn't even have backup. He was just alone in the apartments with an AWP. That's pretty bold.
Well, look at this bold play. Speaking of it, Simple's moving into his position, and he's got an immediate headshot on Shocks. Back into a 4-on-4 towards the B-bomb side. It's the only map control Vitality has. They must make this hit work.
Well, Boomich, they should be able to get down, although that CC is actually doing a lot of damage. It's Flamey back here, though, with that M4, and he's so deadly accurate with it. The flashbang to set him up for a kill. He's going to headshot Saiwu and take him down. And that means Alex, yeah, throwing away the AWP, saying, I am not going to win this round, but I'm going to try and make sure you can't get that gun. And I think
he's got it anyways. Simple picked it up anyways. I might not have made it all the way over. So yeah, that's a lot of cash going right back into the way of NaVi. And that was one of the rounds. We talk about those frequently. That's the swing round that Vitality really needed to deliver the knockout punch. That could have been that could have given them many more rounds in this half. So good hold from NaVi. Ooh.
It's aggressive.
Who wants chicken tenders?
Simple, apparently. 7-3 right now. But yeah, you're right. That actually is a really big change. RPK is burning down to 27.
Look at the damage already. They've already softened him up in Banana. Alex posted up, not ready for the peak. Boomich just delayed it about a half second.
Yeah, there's so many little details in that. Gonna go for a fight again, and it's RPK to drop this time. It's the way that Boomich, I mean, he's playing aggressively with the MP9 all the time, but he took that slightly wider peak. He saw that they were there. He just went for it anyway, and so simple. Just the lack of fear in their style is really intimidating.
I think Vitality is getting a little bit away from the game plan they had to have had coming in. This is not like the style that you probably want to go up against a team like NaVi with so much individual skill on Simple, on Flamey, Electronic. They're more than happy to take those duels in the open spaces around the edges and you know, those battles of the jiggle peak. This is a team that you want to have some set executions against, like we've seen them do at the A-bomb site, we've seen them do at the B-bomb site that have at least gotten them in. Shocks has a real chance here to create something, but he just missed his opportunity. Simple came back at the perfect moment.
And I think Apex set it up with one flashbang, and he had to get a kill when that flashbang was still in effect, and that just wasn't going to happen. So, a flawless round out of NaVi. Not only do they turn it with that ridiculous round just previous, but now they actually have an incredibly strong economy all of a sudden. Perfecto at 12-4. That's also encouraging.
Yeah. Oof. Well, NaVi's only lost one player in the last 2 rounds, so yeah, the money definitely building up. Good peeking from Simple as well. Is that a chicken stuffed animal?
Yeah, apparently. I mean, probably one you don't want to barbecue at all. So,
do you think that's why NaVi is just slaughtering all the chickens on the map in front of him?
I don't know, but yeah, maybe.
Be like, you're next.
Now, we know Apex kills all of the flower pots everywhere. That's
Apex is not a big fan of flowers.
That's his thing, so. But yeah, right now, I don't know, 3 rounds is still pretty workable. You feel like it could have been way more. Now, the Vitality are at that annoying edge where they almost converted into more of a...
They've had it twice where they've almost been able to convert those rounds or break those rounds. Haven't gone that direction. And in terms of this matchup, obviously coming in the marquee players, ZywOo versus Simple. That battle is firmly in control of Simple at the moment. ZywOo having a tough time. 4 kills. I think he's down at 40 ADR as well. Simple, meanwhile, has 7 kills, and he had about 90 ADR.
Again, they're getting all this mid-control. It means they can wrap around. I think Perfecto's being set up with a flashbang. There was the one of them, but another one coming in, and they're going to go for a bit of a double peek. And I don't know, they're not quite close enough. They still line up perfectly. A third flashbang, and Simple to set him up for it, and Perfecto turning around even for the quad kill at the end. So he is shining at the moment.
16-4 for Perfecto, the NaVi rookie, and playing a very good game so far. Just posted up, defending Simple. Also using that flashbang just perfectly. Yeah, and he's having a good time. Why not?
Yeah, enjoy it. 9-3. If I'm Vitality and I keep having this experience of being able to be at the quad corner, wrap around arch, I would find that incredibly tempting to try and exploit with rifles. It'd be very hard for me to say, look, we're not going to use that. That's such a gift.
Problem is too is like some of the cool stuff we've seen out of Vitality at times is, you know, one of the big advantages, not just ZywOo, but some of the calling from Alex at different tournaments has been really impressive in the mid-round decisions.
Yeah.
They're not having the opening kills or the early success to provide the openings to make those kinds of cool calls. Look at the Molotov damage. RPK burning again. Oh, a missed shot. This could spell trouble. Boomich turns the corner. Blind double kill for Boomich.
And that was a flashbang setup from Flamey inside of the B-bomb site, so amazing stuff. But Shox is tired of losing rounds. He's going to get a headshot once there. Perfecto out in the open. It's all or nothing, and I think he was turning for a grenade.
He knew. No, he was turning because he knew Alex was coming on the rap side. That was being called out.
Oh, he heard that.
Probably by Boomich, or yeah, maybe he heard a footstep. Either way, he got distracted. This should be the 4th round for Vitality. There is money to go for this if Navi's feeling bold.
They have a couple of smokes and a couple of kits. I mean, yeah, you would need a very quick early kill, I suppose, to really follow through on this. But that was a quick call for Vitality, right? They lose the battle at Banana, and they immediately recover it over at the A-bomb site. So nice, quick reaction. Have to appreciate that.
Okay, 9-4. Still a chance to have a pretty good T side if they can manage to get up to 6. The problem is that money. They don't have the advantage. They're going to have to grind these final 2 rounds out.
Yeah, which is definitely a bit of a problem, as we've seen so far. 14th round. Yeah, this setup should you think that's going to give them the round, but that's a second later.
There's the entry from Shox. That was the big one that sealed it. Electronic's such a force, and when he's eliminated that fast, no chance to have impact in the round whatsoever. Another AWP on Simple. No matter what happens, they'll have a goodbye in the final round as well for NaVi. And he's going to go towards the B-bomb site, flick over and getting out of the smoke. It's put out, it's extinguished anyways. Follow-up nade, good utility damage onto Apex, down to 81.
Oh, and the follow-up too. They're going to throw a lot of grenades into the corner. The spray is through, and Boomich somehow comes out on top. He's down to 52 health himself, but it's got to be frustrating for Vitality, just the amount of punishments they've received just trying to contest Banana, even a little bit.
And that smoke actually extinguishes a Molotov, and that's a helpful smoke thrown by Vitality that helps NaVi. Bit unfortunate on the timing there. And they have no one in Banana, so it's going to have to be an A-hit. They're going to have to go right into the jaws of the beast. Simple. On rap side, Electronic again in pit, as we know.
I love the fact that Simple is playing slightly more forward. That's one of the complaints we keep raising, that they don't know what's happening, but they're going to have some advanced warning at least. Early grenades coming into the pit, just trying to soften up Electronic or whoever is down there. And Simple's now wrapped around, so they could still get crunched. I mean, this is one of those dangerous positions. Oh, if they fall back, though, there is a very, very interesting setup over at B, which is hard to deal with.
Well, I think the quiet that's going to come out.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm sure that's what Shox, like, you should have given that excuse early on. Minus 20 points, unacceptable.
Well, we're back. NaVi, 11-4 lead going into the second half. And it's just been stellar performances from everyone on NaVi. Perfecto, an incredible first half. Flamey's 18-2, Perfecto 16-5.
That last round from Flamey was just absolute artwork, wasn't it? It did not look like that should have been possible. They actually knew where he was. They spotted him when he fell back, so they had all the intel. They had 4 people there, and he just wrecked all of them. Second half coming up now. Pistol round, and Shox has got a Molotov and a flashbang. That is, I'm really confused about that. Is that, what scenario would you pick that up over a kid or a smoke or something?
I think he's, I guess you'd use it once they try and execute up mid towards brackets. They have that stack, right? And when the nades come out, then Molotov can maybe cut off the first 2 players from the follow-up attack that's coming in. Maybe you stop the mid push while the boiler players are attacking. You
lined it. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Now you've laid it out for us, Jason. You're pretty good at the prediction stuff. So let's see how this works out. There we go. He's throwing it in. Does it actually segment him? It kept Simple back, and now they're being just completely shut down in the middle. The 3-ray crossfire in effect. Simple trying to get it back. And he's incredibly accurate with that Glock, and Flamey will follow it up. I can't believe it's turned around. They actually did everything that you said down to the second, and now it's a 1 versus 2 for Shox. He's on the bomb site, but they can pick up the bomb on the other side, and they still have 28 seconds. That's enough time to make it back to B if they want to. Instead, they're going to run for Rapid instead, and actually, they just run the other way. Let him go.
This is the knockout punch. If Shox cannot somehow clutch this round, I don't think Vitality gets back into this game. I think this is where all the frustration boils over, and Flamey just lying in wait, the ambush. And yeah, a round where everything goes exactly how you planned it. And you win all the initial fights, and it still turns in NaVi's favor. That's going to make you feel extremely useless.
You can't really see it on this replay, but Simple actually, the reason he's here and not with the rest of them is because of the Molotov, exactly like you said. So, yeah, the setup was all there. It's really hard to stop Simple, apparently. You tell him you don't want to buy any of your Bibles at the front door, and he just turns up at the back. You know? Just trying to... There's no way to get rid of him.
He's going to get in no matter what you say. Simple. Leading the way for control of Banana with that AK-47 and the upgraded pistols, the SMG. Vitality just don't have anything to fight at that range, so Shox and Apex sinking back into the B bomb site to play the delay game with their smokes.
This is where I feel like if you're Vitality, you don't really run a base short game around this, but you should have the players to come up with a freak round of your own, to just to sort of get something back here. Like that would be the power of Saivu, and I mean Shox is what we've seen his aim already. So get some of those players to just, if you get one of those rounds, then you can start to build it a little bit. It can't be the whole game plan clearly, but
oh, that's unfortunate. Apex seeing if anyone was sneaking in front of the smoke, and he just gets spammed down right through it. He'd already used his smoke, so at least Shox still has one if they want to play that delay game again. Still 3 left for Vitality. Zyru rotating over towards B. He's got another smoke to utilize, and with 4 players from NaVi at top Banana, at some point they might be forced to go through a smoke. So, I mean, at the very least for Vitality, again, much like the pistol round, they're getting everything you could possibly want out of this setup.
2 flashbangs there on Saivu. He's trying to play close in. They definitely saw him. They know, and Boomich will take him down. Shox with 1 good headshot. 20 seconds, and they're starting to fall back. Oh, this is making me real nervous. NaVi, have you actually left enough time for this? If anything goes wrong over on this side, it's done, and that might have already happened. Simple goes down to RPK, the archway. Alex on the other side, 8 seconds left, and they're trying to see if they can wrap through, and he's just ready and waiting. Oh, man, that is a bold call for NaVi to be making, and yeah, I mean, even with that kill on Alex, it would not have worked out. They did not have enough time, and Vitality still around, and I was slightly assisted, I would say, by some indecision on NaVi's side.
Well, maybe indecision, maybe just straight up the wrong decision. I'm amazed they don't just try and force their way through that B smoke with 20 seconds left. That call all the way back is just so sketchy. And if you just throw bodies, it's Shox with the deagle. So they had to have imagined maybe there was 2 players there. There was more than just 1 player behind that smoke, but man, as good as NaVi, or as much as they've improved over the course of the weekend, they still have not figured out playing against low economy buys, playing against the eco or the half buys. That's been a consistent issue for them.
And it's one of those things that in any game that can cost you such an enormous amount.
It cost them about 4 rounds yesterday against Astralis on Nuke.
Yeah.
A map which they won, but shockingly so, considering how many rounds they kind of gave away to Deagles, to Scouts, to time. This time, this round, there's no messing about.
Don't have that many grenades. So once they're in, you should feel like you have to do something. Otherwise, that was all the smokes. Now they have 2 flashbangs left, and they're just waiting inside. They got to pop their way through just as the smoke fades over on that B bomb site. But it doesn't really matter. A really good crossfire here between Alex and Apex. And just... They got Flamey in through Archway, which is interesting, but it doesn't really matter when the rest of them didn't get through to B. That's what they needed.
No one really checking CT spawn. They have Shocks and RPK both on ramp side, so I don't think anyone's going to turn and check this. Flamey gonna spot. Oh, there's the first one. Immediate headshot, but what more can he get? The answer is more than likely absolutely nothing. And now you start to talk about that second round, that Vitality, that buys him another breath of life. 12-6, this is still a doable comeback.
NaVi can't really buy anything in this upcoming round either. So yeah, you're definitely right about that. And it would be, I don't know, there are some of these Vitality players that never even got into the first. I mean, for Cyber's the last 5 kills, I feel like Apex, even though he's got a little bit more, actually he's been running into all kinds of trouble over Empanada. He was leading a lot of those charges and was the first to get grenaded, first to get spammed by that annoying MP9 on Boomage. There's just a number of rounds where I feel like Apex didn't even really have anything to say. So if they could get a bit of room to breathe, maybe they can actually start to, you know, feel this game a bit more. That's a great double grenade. Oh, what a slaughter. All the fireworks.
All right, well, this is the big round. You know, we've got the easy ones out of the way. We'll see if NaVi decide to buy. They do have a big lead. They could choose to save one more to have all the nades they'd like, but they're going to go right back into the rifles. So Vitality, this is maybe their second big test, this first gun round.
You know, Jason, I was reading about the World War I artillery tactics.
Okay.
The French actually had a style where you'd shoot artillery in front of your own troops and they'd create just a wall of dirt exploding, and then you'd march in behind it and no one could see anything.
Sounds risky.
Yeah, risky. It worked out about half the time, so the rest of the time you hit your own troops. 20th round, and hopefully Vitality not trying anything like that. But I'm just saying the grenades at the bottom there were pretty good. It worked out well that time.
That was the good 50%. That's the bad 50%. The smoke not covering Apex. That's the second time he's been taken down through smoke, playing the spam gamble. 4 smokes and 4 flashbangs for NaVi to utilize in this round, and those odds looking a little bit better and NaVi as we got deeper into this map.
Clean even, tilted to NaVi, and people still believe they could probably do this. Almost a kill there on Electronic and almost a kill on Cyber as well. He's down to 18 health, so 4 on 5 here though in favor of NaVi. And again, once you have that, you just got a lot of space to work with on the T sides. There's still 50 seconds, so they can do a lot for this. Only thing really is that they only have 2 smokes.
Well, the other thing really is that Shocks and RPK have a read that it's going to be a hit towards the B bomb site. Maybe they're a little nervous because of the HP on ZywOo, but they have left Alex on the tiniest island possible. He's in Graveyard where there's literally nowhere else to go. Once you're spotted here, you're pinned down.
I'm sure he'll be fine. Try not to even worry. Just crouching in. There's the one. He continues to spray. He actually wants more, and he gets it. Alex! 3 kills! It should be impossible. Otherwise, there would be no retake. This round would have been called already. If he just gets 1 or 2, it's done. 8 seconds left. The bomb goes down here, but NaVi, they are going to be furious if they lose this round. 3 on 2 now, but Perfecto and Boomage, they have some health left to fight with. This might not be over in spite of everything that Alex just did. Trying to see if they can get a little bit of spam through the wall there, but not really connecting, and Boomage ready to stand up. A missed opportunity. Perfecto will spray them down, and NaVi still win the round. A nice triple for Perfecto, but honorable mentions to Alex here.
Yeah, Perfecto gets a little bit lucky in a couple different ways. You could see how nervous he was that someone was going to come in lane. That gave ZywOo an opportunity to get 1 shot, because Boomage cannot peek up. He cannot have the information for Perfecto. It's a like shot that saves the day for NaVi.
Do you see how Alex was dancing on the stairs for the final kill? Yeah. I would actually love to see that replay from their point of view. Are they just constantly switching the wrong way? Because he just kept popping up left and right.
Well, the French side is out of money now. If they lose this round, they have nothing to fight with, and it's just kind of buy whatever you can, buy the scraps and see what you can do. Important round, but again, a pretty good defensive setup for it. ZywOo off angle with the AWP. He's got the first kill. They didn't expect that. The boost up in Boiler, but Flamey eliminates it immediately.
That's an angle that's pretty hard to check if you're Flamey. Coming up from the stairs on the T side. Somehow worked out anyway. Apex and Electronic in a bit of a standoff once the smoke fades, but Electronic actually not really going to go for it. 4 on 4, and look at Apex. This is a really, really risky move. So was that for Electronic. He just jumped past with a knife out.
Yeah, just assuming that it was going to be clear. And Apex, a savvy veteran, knowing, down 6 rounds at this point, 7-13, there's going to have to be risk taken if you want to make the comeback happen. And at least coming out on top of that one.
Saiwu and RPK, especially I think, if RPK doesn't get completely jumped on here, that pit position is so strong, but it is up to Saiwu to try and slow that flood coming up for the apartments. And that's a very well-timed smoke.
Yeah, we've seen Saiwu a little bit off the mark. I think Navi's going to be fine with this. I think you can still pop flash through this if you want.
But he still has a Molotov RPK. That could be very uncomfortable if he gets the timing down right on that.
Apex just peek banana. They know it's not going to be B. Here it comes. Here's the hit. RPK not blind, but he's got utility in hand. Saiwu saves his life and allows him that 1 kill. But now Saiwu's got to have a new angle. It might be another retake.
Simple is ready for him if he comes. 18 seconds. Throwing down the bomb. Simple feels like he's so exposed. No chance to get that kill. Oh, and there's Simple with the return. Taking down Alex and evening up the line here. It's 2 versus 2 now. Apex and Saiwu. He's got the kit on the AWP, which can get very, very odd. And Electronic is just hiding inside of the smoke, at least for the minute, exactly where he planted the bomb. There's still some time left. Apex gonna get caught, and now they just need to know, and I think they just saw it as well. They know where he is, and now they definitely do, and that makes it almost impossible.
He's gotta save.
Yeah.
You can't risk this weapon. You can't risk it at this point. You're gonna need that to make this comeback happen, so he backs off, he gives it up. 14 rounds now for Navi, just 2 rounds away from taking map 1.
So, wow, I mean, that was a very, very close round. That shot that Saiwu got the first kill to save RBK, that's a huge kill to be taken in that kind of a defense. Gonna miss each other, but RPK, he threw down the Molotov on the bomb plant, I think. So I was wondering if he was trying to put even more pressure on them in terms of time, just saying, even if you get me, you still have to...
It's not the worst idea against Navi. I mean, they sometimes put that pressure on themselves, so why not just, help them out a little bit? That's a great shot from Simple. Smoke to allow the bomb to cross into the site. So Saiwu was neutralized. And then peering over the top of it to pick off Alex. Vitality fans not having fun?
Not yet anyway. There's still time. 14-7. I don't know. I'm not quite feeling the same punch in Vitality's play.
No, well, I mean, here's Alex. You wanted to see this POV. We'll see the dance going on, but this is such an incredible...
Look at the crosshairs. Like, look at how much he's faking out their aim. Oh, that's beautiful.
I cannot believe he got a triple kill there in a 1 versus 4. And they lost the round anyways. That's what makes it even worse, even more heartbreaking.
It's not, it doesn't seem fair. They got that 1 AWP that they saved. They've invested everything else, and for good reason. What, you notice how Navi, just the way that Boomich was playing over at Banana, he was taking some really aggressive fights. They were they just felt like they had, a little bit less respect for Vitality when playing defensively. They were sort of going for it, and I think that's what we need out of Vitality every once in a while here.
Oh, they're gonna do it. Oh, I thought he was gonna jump around the corner for the off. That's a good kill on Apex. Finally, he's won that battle, getting aggressive down Banana. He got close a couple times. This time he seals the deal. And with that presence, you could see Navi shifting back. They know they have to force Apex back into the B bomb site, and if they don't, a 4-man stack at A is so difficult to overcome.
And he's playing this one fairly safely. You can get the timing down wrong, and it's Simple on the other side. So anytime you start jumping, I don't know, it's always a risk, isn't there?
Look at what this forces. There's that map control regained from Navi that busts up the stack towards the A bomb site. Alex is hustling to get back. Just a pistol for him. CZ. Apex has transitioned into an AK-47 from the SMG. Alex has a smoke as well, so he can delay this, and look at the time. When Alex puts that smoke down, it's gonna be what, 28 seconds when it clears, 26? They're gonna have to go through it.
Yeah, and they are. CZ will stop one of them. Apex shooting through and getting another one. That's a beautiful defense. The smoke did almost everything, like you said. Flamey trying to make sure they can't pick up that AWP in case they wanted 2 of them, I guess. But ultimately, a solid defense here from Vitality with very, very limited equipment. That was a good read. And they had Saiwu over at Arch looking in the middle. He knew that there was no one there, so they could afford to throw Alex over on that side. Strong round out of Vitality. Love to see that.
It's a very good shift from Alex at the opportune, the perfect moment, especially with that smoke. That's still, I mean, even with him there, that gets dangerous if he doesn't have a smoke to put down. And actually, Vitality's done a super good job this entire half of holding on to that utility, because NaVi's run into that same smoke wall late in the round a number of times.
You know, it's so wild. If he hadn't played close to the smoke and had just played at that default corner, he would have been triple naded. And like, that would have been it.
Yeah, every decision working out.
That was pretty good.
All right, still a chance, still some life. Alex is leading the way for Vitality, 16 and 18. Shox and Apex are next, tied at 12. Flamey 23 and 8, Perfecto 20 and 11. Actually, for all the hype around the #1 player ZywOo and the #2 player Simple, they're towards the bottom in terms of fragging for their teams. And even Impact, it's we haven't had to call their names too frequently.
I agree. So, I mean, I guess Inferno is one of those maps where it can be tricky with the style that they're playing. So,
Well, the T-side opping as well.
T-side opping, there could be some things there. But I wouldn't count them out for too long. Shox now being aggressive, throwing the smoke. He's got a bit of backup in ZywOo, so they've got some. But we see people sometimes get stuck here where, you know, even if they actually win the initial fight, sometimes you don't know how to get back from that position, and they're not going to stick around for very long. Clever boost to look over, and no chance for Boomich this time. And actually, even that connects a little bit on Electronic. Great stuff. They're probably going to be 14-9, so Vitality are still in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And the danger is, I mean, as much as we haven't seen it too much in this map so far, if you're Vitality and you start stringing some rounds together and starting to feel a bit more comfortable in this comeback, then you can start to see players a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more assertive. And Simple's gonna march into the B bomb site. Smoke comes down. I would imagine he ignores that, but he backs away with a minute left in the round.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna go right through.
This is, B bomb site is really the only place they can attack. 2 smokes, 1 flashbang. They have the coffin smoke, they have the spawn smoke, and they have 1 pop flash for it. And unfortunately for Alex and Apex, this time they've used all their utility. There's not a follow-up smoke, there's not a follow-up Molotov, and it might not be a big deal against pistols.
It would be especially bad if Apex went down to some random shot through there. He has a flashbang, Apex, so he could maybe set up Alex for a pretty good spray down if the timing is well. And I'm guessing that's what they're doing here. Thinking about it as they come through. Alex will get the 1. Apex ready to try and clean it up again. And just a couple of more seconds bought, and maybe his team will all be there anyway. 10 seconds on the clock, and they're going to go straight for the bomb plant. Can't really afford to do anything else. And there, oh! That is an absolute touchdown.
Time's over. That saves the round. That was a very doable clutch for NaVi in a 2 versus 3. They picked up rifles as well. Simple just trying to hold onto the gun. That was close, though.
He caught that grenade, didn't he?
With his teeth. 14-9. Double op setup now coming out for Vitality on defense. ZywOo with 1, Alex with the other. They can put 1 in each bomb site. And small death slam, no need to get frustrated. Still 5-round lead.
Yeah, it's too early for that right now. AK on Simple. Could definitely do some damage. He's not going to be leading the charge. That's just Boomich all the time. Aggressive Boomich.
And again, NaVi playing pretty conservative with their economy. A small buy. AK-47 on Simple, the hero buy. And Apex, that's not the fight. You didn't have the angle you wanted. So he gives it up, backs away, preserves his life. That's a great shot from Alex. I don't think they've seen an op here at this B bomb site this early in the round, so that switch up in the defense catches him off guard.
And they see it on Alex, so they can probably do the math and figure out that there's got to be 1 more lingering around somewhere. And I don't know how they do damage in this round again, NaVi. This is, again, look at the utility. They have a smoke and a Molotov, or sorry, a flashbang and a Molotov, and nothing else to work with.
Well, this is going to be the problem, and this is the strength of that double op setup. Now, I mean, on these rounds, especially with very low utility, you have to peek into the op somewhere. You have to look for a fight in open space, and if you're Vitality, you position those ops exactly where those peaks would come, towards the B bomb site in this choke point, and on ramp side where ZywOo is. So they're feeling very comfortable. Another op kill for Alex. That's through the wall of Boomich. And it's just Electronic.
Molotov always worth knowing that one for your matchmaking games. It was a strong headshot. A bomb plant here would actually be really sick if he could do it somehow, but Sai was almost shooting in the back, so I think Electronics... oh, he actually gets another one. That's, I don't know, that's impressive.
We've taken the double up out of their hands. Those are two very big kills. If they want to, I mean, if they want to reinvest in double up, that's a lot of money for Vitality that they'll need later on in the comeback. So you're forcing them into an awkward decision. So great kills for Electronic right at the end. And they will reinvest. ZywOo drops an AWP over to Alex. 14-10, the lead has dwindled. It's been 3 in a row for Vitality.
Boomich with a MAC-10. Wonder if he had enough money to drop for somebody else, if that's part of the plan here. He does seem to just enjoy those SMGs no matter what. RPK, that's really aggressive, and they see the gun barrel, and he almost wins the fight anyway. Hard to believe, but he had some backup up in the apartments. They need to make this work, though. Apex will get a kill on Flamey. So at least they even it out a bit.
Oh my god, this play from Shox is so cool. He just drops right out. He knows that's where the action is. He's gonna have a fast flank, and the map is shrinking for NaVi. They have no idea this is coming in. Simple is alone with the bomb. They're gonna try and run a fake, but Shox is gonna put a stop to it, I think, before it begins.
Simple's got no chance, and that is the bomb. While they were working the B bomb side on the other side, no point in that anymore.
I love that play from Shox. That is some very cool stuff. MAC-10 against the AWP of Alex. Again, they can take it out of his hands. And if he can throw that away, he can't. ZywOo, oh, they take the AWP again, though, because it's ZywOo who's there to recover the AWP. So that's 2 rounds now. They've dropped the second AWP, and surely they don't reinvest into it again.
It's starting to get really expensive, isn't it? But now we are having worse problems in terms of the money. That was not a play you see all the time, definitely. No chance there. I mean, they were just engaging the B-bomb site when Simple dies. What's a good play right now? I feel like Vitality are, one, they're managing their smokes and utility at the B-bomb site really well. I think they're saving a lot of it for late in the rounds, which is great to see. There are a lot of top teams even kind of forget to do that sometimes, and they have a lot of arch control where they know what's happening in middle. I kind of like the CT side right now.
That's the thing. Well, we haven't really seen NaVi. What we witnessed yesterday, I remember Flamey was doing a lot of lurking in those A halls on the T side for NaVi. He was pretty effective there. We haven't really seen NaVi do kind of one of those progressive attacks at the A bomb site where they have a player or two trying to wrap and pinch that bomb site. We haven't seen them kind of coming up lane with the utility towards pit. They're losing a lot of players trying to muscle their way towards Banana and then the B bomb site.
This time it's all pistols and some grenades. So probably not going to be this particular round where we're going to see, you know, anything interesting. But if they do have some, you know, freaky round that they've been practicing, now is not a bad time to try and pull that out, just because of the, you know, just need a little bit more, right? One step forward and you're almost there.
Oh, so much damage being dished out. Apex is dinked, but no one can turn this corner. Alex is keeping space at the B bomb site. Boomich is going to investigate. He goes down, and who goes next? Electronic and Simple have no HP. It's got to be Perfecto, and he's got the kill. Apex backs away, but ZywOo is here already. They should be fine. He's got a Molotov, he's got a smoke, whatever he needs to stop this attack.
Yeah, they're just waiting around. They really wish that someone would come and flank them like Shox did the previous round. Any free gifts right now. And credit to Vitality for not really giving it to them. So that's just pause, a bit of a standoff. So an A-Rap is what you'd like to see, maybe?
I'd like to see something. I would imagine maybe they're a bit nervous to attack ZywOo where he's been positioned there, but I would like to see them try it at least once. Another smoke goes down, and they're going to have to go through it. Talked about it a couple rounds earlier. Vitality's done a great job of keeping this B choke point completely smoked out. There it is. One burns, one CZ kill while his teammate is blind, and ZywOo wins the round. 14-12. Within striking distance for Vitality, which has got to feel phenomenal.
Yeah, it's worked out so much better than maybe you would have expected at the beginning of all of this, where NaVi were just looking so strong. 11-4 in the first half in favor of NaVi. And now we're at 14-12. So that is quite the comeback. Double AWP once again for Vitality. And NaVi now, you know, if they have a secret weapon to pull out here on the T side, it's time to do something about it. Boomich, really aggressive, trying to pre-aim the smoke. I don't know if he saw anything there, but didn't get the connection he was looking for, and actually takes some grenade damage at least.
Look at this HP again towards Banana. NaVi have not been able to win this fight convincingly throughout this half. Electronic down very low. Boomich at half HP in this setup in halls can be brutal. Flashbang, and ZywOo's got the timing.
Flashbang was set up from Perfecto all the way in second mid. He's not even in apartments, he's throwing it way outside. It bounces off a door, and it's pretty, I mean, it's hard to turn around for that one. Didn't matter for the ZywOo apparently. Flashbang was good, ZywOo was better.
This is a bit sketchy for Vitality. Both defenders at the B bomb site playing in the spawn choke point. They can get smoked off, and yeah, there is a boost up on the pot, so Alex can still, or excuse me, Apex can still have impact, but if NaVi can get in here, retakes are not easy. That's a good shot creeping through the smoke. Now the boost becomes effective. Alex goes down, big kills from Simple. Somehow he's got two.
That actually gives them an opportunity. Still 30 seconds. Problem is Electronic is low on health, and I think he's hiding inside of the smoke still, just waiting for that to clear like he's been doing all along, and he gets a headshot on ZywOo. He is exploiting that to the maximum benefit, and it's really working out well for him so far here in London. Apex is sneaking around. I don't think Perfecto has any way of knowing that. And Apex, he's got the right idea. He definitely sees that, and a straight headshot leaving Electronic in a 1 versus 2 and smoked off as well. This is going to have to be an absolute prayer for him for this to even work close, and he actually gets a shot right through. This surely can't be happening. He's trying again. A bullet would take him down, but RBK maybe doesn't even know. The grenade and Electronic.
He's got a sting. I mean, listen, Electronic closed it out. You want to talk about a 1-2 punch. Simple starts this round, somehow getting a double kill coming through the smoke. Electronic as well, and look at what it means to him. His teammate to take this map victory. And even though the scoreline is close, that first half, individually dominant performance for NaVi. Electronic was great. Perfecto.